Let's go. Yo, I'm like an addict, ooh, I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Daedae. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. My bad if it's a little loud. We still working at the shop. Ghost is over at welding. So right here, I'm gonna just teach you how to delete the governor.
Welcome to InTheLifeWithDaeDae. So today we're going to be explaining how to install a carburetor.
Nope. Forgetting something.
No, it's just like this. I don't know what that is talking about.
Forgetting something. Where the boot at? The boot? There you go. Boom. Got the boot, and the boot, yeah?
Alright, so today, let me show you guys.
Wait. I'm draining the oil still, bro.
No, we're good. That could have went so bad.
That could have went bad.
So today we're going to show you guys how to take out this. The governor.
We're installing. I forgot, but let me go grab my parts. I'll be right back. I didn't even plan on. I honestly did not plan on putting my parts together. I am back with the parts, and there goes my piston. And wait, let's say here goes my piston. I'm holding the rod. Here goes my rod. And here goes my piston, yeah? So, I'm gonna set this to the side right here. So here we go. We got our piston right here. I'm gonna try to bring it to the top. Got the piston right here. And this is the thing that goes up and down like, right here, side cover. You got your crank. Here goes the other side of the block. And this is my only way of figuring out without a tripod how to set a camera up. So here we go. So the first thing I want to do is drain the oil that comes in the box. I already did that. 10mm bolts. Next, you know, taking the side cover off. Also 10mm bolts. So let's do that. Now, be careful when you're pulling your side cover off, because you want to be very careful that you don't rip the gasket behind it, okay? So usually, I just like to grab a rubber mallet and just tap on the side cover ever so gently. Then, I would like to look usually behind the side cover to make sure the gasket is not ripping, and it is. So usually pull out my little pick tool that allows me to scrape behind it and get the gasket. Sorry that it's so loud. We still open work. Oh crap. My bad. Here goes the side cover. Right here. Here goes your gasket. I usually just take this off in here. Bro, that was so funny. So, a few parts that I'm be pulling out. Let me go ahead and turn this real quick so I can tilt it up for you. Here goes a few parts on the motor. We got your cam, we got your crank, you got the oil sensor down there in the bottom that's hidden. And if you turn it a little more, your rod is right here, which is connected to the crank, right? So usually I just like to align the crank and the cam up with the timing lines that comes with it. So just go ahead and pull that out. Now when the side cover is inside the motor, the cam sits on the crank. No, the cam sits on the side cover so, and it spins. So for today. Now I'm not using any of these stock internals anymore. So go ahead, set that down. I'm not even gonna be using the side cover. Go ahead, set that down right now. What we have behind the cam is our lifters. I'm gonna pull those out. Two of them. I'm gonna show you what those do. So. The lifters basically they're being moved up and down by the lobes of the cam. So if you see the lobes of the cam, they're offset and cut. So as the cam turns, this pushes the lifters, it pushes the lifters up and down. I'm gonna use these, so I'm gonna save these right here. And me personally, I just like to cut out the oil sensor because I frequently do oil changes and whatnot. So I'm gonna take the two bolts out, which are 5/16 or 8 millimeters. So go ahead, grab my 5/16 down here. Save those bolts because you never know what you might lose, right? And here we go. It's loose, but it's still connected. I usually get a razor blade or some dikes just to cut them. It was right here. So usually I just grab a towel. You got to be very careful with these hinges because you will cut yourself. So usually I just lay a towel so I won't hit my hand against anything that causes me to cut myself. So I usually like to cut it closest to the front of the engine block as I can. So I'm just go over here, trim that off. And boom. Now you have the oil sensor taken out. I'm gonna go ahead and trash that because I don't need it. Next, I'm going to be taking the crank and the rod out. So the rod is head on to the crank by Jesus. The rod is held on by two 10mm bolts that are connected to the crank. So I'm gonna get my 10mm wrench. Go ahead and snap those out real quick. Now you got the bottom portion of the rod right here and the two 10mm bolts that I talked about before. Go ahead and set those on the side cover. I really don't need them. Next, I just like to pop my piston out since I'm gonna be changing anyway. So I'm gonna just turn it to its top dead center, put my thumb and inside the block, give it a little push, and boom. Here goes my piston and my rod. And also there goes a little, I'm not sure if you can see it, but there goes a little shipping oil that the company sent out the engines. And I try to take out as much as I can. You can never get all of it unless you get a rag. Once you open the side cover, just dab on in there. But here we go. I'm gonna say this is brand new. There's a lot of kids that like to come to the shop, and sometimes their motors are not in best of condition. So if I can find a kid to hook it up with, I'd be glad to. And if you're a kid out there and you need new connecting rod and piston, come see me, I'll hook you up. Free of charge, got the parts. You support me, I'll support you. As easy it is. Now you're able to just pull your crank out. Boom. Here goes the crank. Here goes the governor gear that is connected on the crank. Next, I'm gonna release the top portion of this governor arm right here. It's just a screw with a 10mm bolt on the end, so I'm just taking my 10mm and my impact. Take it, back it out. You can save this screw right here because this screw also works for the gas tank mount. So make sure you save these screws. Boom. Just take any nice size flathead screwdriver just to pry the ends of that after you remove the bolt. Put it in there. Pry. Now you can lift it. Now the governor, the bottom portion of the governor arm is held on by a pin. So usually I just take my pick, put it in the end of it, pull it, and boom. There goes the pin. Go the other way. Now here goes the governor arm right here. I'm gonna trash this, but be aware that there is a washer that sits underneath in the block. That's usually held on by some type of lubricant. So now I'm just take my pick and go ahead, grab it, boom. There we go. Sounds that. Alright, so usually I take these short 1/4 Allen head bolts. I usually just want to tap itself into the block. So just take any Allen and just screw. Alright. So now we have our 1/4 Allen head bolt in there. Next, we're going to be removing the actual governor gear itself, which is deep inside the motor. Pull that off. It's a washer and the plastic casing that comes to it. Next, I'm going to grab a hammer and grab a hammer and my pin punch that fits pretty much good enough in the hole to where it won't scratch my block. So, put that right for my hammer right here. Let's go ahead. I like to lay a towel over there so I can rest my hand without scratching my hand. Just go ahead, put the pin, give it a few taps. Boom. Now, here goes the governor gear itself. Oops. Here goes the governor gear itself. Go ahead and trash that. I'm not going to need that anymore. And now you have to be careful once again. Why? Because there's another washer hidden right behind the governor gear. So once again, just grab your pick. Actually, I like using my magnet better. So just go ahead, get your magnet. Boom. There we go. Usually, I just like to plug my motors up with the same pin that comes with it, that attaches the governor. So just go ahead, lay a towel down first. Once again, you don't want to cut yourself. Go ahead and lay that towel down. First, start with your hand, place the pin back in the hole that it came with. And next, just grab any flat side object. It was just an axle wrench on the side. Get your hammer, go ahead and give it a few taps. Now you want to be careful that you don't push it too far in through the block. It's almost there. Give it a few more taps. Just give it one more tap for safety. Alright, that should be cool. Then remove that towel. Now, as you can see, the governor hose is back plugged. Now you have officially removed your governor and tapped the block so you won't have any leaking oil. And some people usually run into problems when they like to pull this actual wire that used to connect to the oil sensor. I usually leave it in just because it won't spray any oil out. So there you go. Thanks for tuning in. It's your boy DaeDae, and that's how you remove the governor out of 212 Predator, y'all.